first, I have to go full daddy. I am not a daddy, but I call myself daddy, because of cash and bets and buddies and dog walks. I'm just daddy. That's what I go by, and I'm daddy. And I'm going full daddy today because over the past couple of weeks, there's been some rumblings out of my girlfriend's hairdresser. Okay, so my girlfriend's hairdresser's dad listens to the show and is a massive Seahawks fan. And he had the nerve to put a little bug into the hairdresser's ear, right? About how we're not talking about the Seahawks enough. I'm not giving the Seahawks enough credit. Sean's a jerk about the Seahawks, right? And so the hairdresser talks to my girl, and then my girl brings that to me. I have some news for you here, hairdresser daddy. I'm the real daddy here. Your Seattle Seahawks had one of the worst losses in the last 5 years of the NFL. Listen to some of these statistics. From the mouth of the New York Giants organization, this is their biggest win since 2011 when they won the Super Bowl. Okay? You allowed that to happen on your home field to a backup quarterback, listen to this one, who has not won a game in the National Football League since 2014. Okay? And not only did you lose to a backup quarterback who hasn't won a game since 2014, you also lost to a backup running back who hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since 2015. Alfred Morris is hitting bombs in Seattle, in your field, on your turf. Russell Wilson, since week 7, has 12 turnovers. That is worse than Carson Wentz. You gave up 17 points in the second half to Colt McCoy and Alfred Morris. You gave up 5 sacks. I'm sorry. I ain't talking about your Seattle Seahawks unless I'm talking about how they might not make the playoffs. This was the worst loss of the season. Not close. And in no way did this game ever even feel like Seattle was going to win. They got dominated from start to finish. They ruined my money line parlay. And Russell Wilson, this was the cherry on top for me. The last play of the game for the Seahawks, it was like 4th and 15. And Russ just throws up a prayer. It went 30 yards. I'm like, and you want me to give MVP vote? They're talking about MVP votes after 5 games. The guy's Carson Wentz right now. The Seattle Seahawks are the biggest worry in the NFC for me right now. If they even make the playoffs. I know their schedule's easy and they'll probably go at worst 10-6, but wow. Ugh. That is why I do not talk about the Seahawks. This is why we haven't talked about the Seahawks. They've never looked great, and this was the shining moment. Full daddy, thoughts, concerns, questions, Eric?
I mean, we knew their defense was bad, but I can't believe the scoring output from Seattle.
12 points.
Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. I didn't love Seattle at any point. Like, I didn't think they were that dominant, but to just how do you get 12 points against the Giants? The Giants are a bad defense too.
That's the thing, is like people keep trying to act like the Giants defense is this. It's not.
That was the argument, right? The Giants the Giants might be good after all. Someone said no one wants to play them.
I would love to play them.
Yeah, man, that's a crazy thing to say.
They're the worst.
It's crazy.
They are the worst team. One of the worst teams in the NFL. Everyone in that division is one of the bottom 10 teams in the NFL.
There is, yeah. It's just
Seattle had an absolute super shot at the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Jets this week. All they had to do was take care of business unbelievable loss.
Yeah. They can't really miss the playoffs.
And it's not a trap game. You have the Jets next week.
No, it's not.
This is unbelievable. And
when you're the Seattle and you have the MVP,
that they won't stop talking about.
Then there's no such thing as a trap game. There's no such thing as a down game. You just
this is a situation where Russell Wilson has to just put together 2 drives in the second half to beat backups.
It was really embarrassing.
And I can't do any given Sunday on this kind of thing because this was a game that the Seattle needed just as bad. Maybe not as bad. Because they're probably still going to make the playoffs, and the Giants pretty much have to win.
Yeah,
but shocking is not even the word for me. For me, this is a season-altering, catastrophic loss for them. They're not going to win. This is a team that has no chance of making a run without home field. They haven't been to the NFC Championship game since 2014 for a reason. They don't have... Look at the last 5 exits. They go on the road and they clunk. They're not going to win games on the road. This isn't a team anyone should fear.